This is I don't think it's a tragic story, but it's kind of in the same vein where you have a guy who lacks the faculties, the mental faculties to navigate the complexities of adult life. However, his whole like he couldn't be further from the schizo guy. He's just dumb. This guy's name, and this is a very unusual locale because it is um, not an American. This is Cheng Xi, also known by his pen name, his as Ralph likes to say for reasons unknown to me, nom de plume. His nom de plume is James Cage White. And if you're wondering where the name James Cage White comes from, it comes from a combination of three of his favorite things. And as I will let him explain, James as in James Bond, Cage as in Nicolas Cage, and White for white women. So he combined his three favorite things to get an actual real human name, which is very shocking, James Cage White. And that is it's a bit funny. So he is Chinese, and he's from a very different culture than the U.S. I think he's heavily autistic and very low IQ. He does remind me a lot of Chris Chan, in that he makes bad art. He has a love quest. And he has parents that are trying very hard to like put him through a normalization process. Elderly parents who are trying to put him through a normalization process. That for the most part has failed. However, that's where it kind of diverges. He's very different from Chris and how his life is taken. He got his start as a quote unquote influencer by doing vines. And if you don't know what a vine is, many years ago, before TikTok was a thing, there was actually a short form video website called Vine that was a subsidiary of Twitter that has since been shuttered. But it actually kind of pioneered that short form video thing before TikTok mastered it to the Chinese in a much younger audience at a different time. It really is, with Vine, it was a situation. If Vine had been successful, or had been a couple years later, or if they just stuck with it or marketed it differently, we might be in a world where TikTok is not TikTok, and instead Twitter is a massive company that's probably too big for even Elon Musk to buy it. But what he did is he did challenges. He did the Gangnam Style dance, and then he did the Ice Bucket Challenge, which were very popular on Vine around this time. And he did them, and he got a small following, which was more than none. And he has a very quirky way of speaking where he relies on a lot of catchphrases, effectively, to talk. And he talks in a very simple way that almost seems like a skit, like a person doing a character, like a simpleton character, or like that fuck, what's his name? It's the orange guy. His real name is like no, but he goes by Uncle Roger, like an Uncle Roger thing, where it's like the Asian guy playing up his Asianness as like a joke. But no, he is that person, and people found that out later when he moved from Vine to TikTok years later. So I think here are his best vines. So let's take a watch.
Check out these grapes. Very yummy, very tasty. I like it. Good. I'm single, I'm handsome. I want to find a girlfriend here. Please help me. Thank you so much. Look how good I am. Very good, very cool, very handsome. I like it. Check out this motorbike. It looks very real, very cool, very swag. I like it. Hi guys, check out my iPad Air. Very good, very cool, very swag, very handsome. I like it. Up down girl, she's been living in the up down world. I bet she never had a back. Shake everybody, rock your body. Everybody, rock your body. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. This is the second ice cream I eat. Very good, I like it ice creams. Good. Couldn't hide oh, rolling in the deep. Bonjour, comment ça va? Ça va bien, ça va mal, ça va comme ça.
Oh, look at my chat. Very cool, very nice, and very handsome. I like it. So those are popular. Obviously, those are really funny. And there's a little vignette you just think, oh, it's like a bored Asian guy in like a shitty apartment, like doing funny YouTube videos, whatever. No, that's actually him. He has a very diminished mental capacity. He lives with his parents in Chongqing, which is one of the largest cities in China, and I think the third largest port in the entire world. It is a massive, massive. Wait, I could be wrong. I think I'm confusing with another city. They all sound very ching-chongy, all those cities in China. Anyways, big city. It is a big city, regardless of if it's the port I'm thinking of or not. But his parents have traditional Chinese values, and that is what is the most traditional Chinese value of all traditional Chinese values? Chat. Yeah, Chongqing is inland. I'm wrong. I'm thinking of Shenzhen. I fucked those up. Anyways, what is the most traditional Chinese value of all time? Chat. That is grandbaby. No, not hate America. Grandbaby. Grandbaby. Where my grandbaby. That is the most traditional Chinese value because in the Chinese system, they do not have a social safety net. If you don't manage to produce grandbaby and you don't manage to get a successful child and you don't manage to have a son, you die on the streets alone. That is how Chinese society works. And that is why Chinese society is so much bigger and better than the United States at this moment, because boomers do not fear death and they do not fear dying alone. China does not have this problem. Their boomers are put in line. They know that they will die alone if they do not have grandbaby. So they are invested in making sure that their children are successful, healthy, productive people. Unfortunately for Cheng Xi and his parents, Cheng Xi is not a very productive, healthy adult. I think he has autism or something. But that did not stop his parents from trying. His parents made him get a job, and it is unknown what his job was. It was supposedly an office job where he made $700 a month, or I think about 7,000, no, a little bit, I think like 9,000, something like that, dollars a year, which is not very much, but in China it could be. So he had a office job. However, it's unknown what he did. And after 4 years of doing this job, he got fired. And there's some speculation, at least, I don't think it's in this thread, but I speculate, because I know this is a thing. I know Chinese people, and I know how this works. If you have a loser child in Chinese culture, you will, if you have friends, and you do have friends, if you're a successful Chinese person, you know the importance of networking, and you have friends. So you ask your friends if you can get your loser child a job. And this job will be to do nothing. But they will show up and they'll look productive, and then they can talk to women and say, oh, I have office job. I make $2,000 a week doing an office job. And that office job could be literally fake, and that kid might not even know it. The Chinese parents are actually paying their friend to pay their child to make it look like they're a normal functioning adult that can hold down a job. That is how it works. So my theory is that his parents used connections and family friends to get a job for their kid that was a do-nothing job, and then for whatever reason, either he kept fucking up or they stopped paying the friend for the his wage or whatever. He got let go. There are videos of his mother trying to find a job for him. And I don't think it's in this thread. There was like a Vine that I saw that was just like, my mother is trying to make me find a job. And there's like literally a picture of his mother on a computer literally trying to find him a job as he was there. Now, I kind of spoiled it by flicking up and down, but he went on a show that I cannot play all. Maybe I'll do it for the or for the locals. I'll watch this. This is a Chinese dating show. And I don't even know what it's called, but Happy Matching Chongqing is the name of the show. And they have him, and he is desperately trying to find a woman. And this apparently was like, this is some good fucking slop. You get this fucking loser on television trying to find a woman, and he's just like an unkempt, socially awkward guy, and these like two matchmaking experts are trying to help him. That is the quality content dating show slop that is a ubiquitous love language of people all around the world. It doesn't matter if you're in Tanzania or Bhutan or China or the United States. That is the quality slop, okay? So this show I believe, did very well in the country. Even this archive has almost 19,000 views. Oh, they have it on their own channel. 28,000 just on YouTube. I bet you it does really well on Baidu from the Chongqing Broadcasting Group. This James Cage White guy is like Normie Sphere, I think, because they're watching this. That's funny. So that was like his big moment on television in China. But his parents eventually relented and did the one thing that Chris Chan's parents could never do. They got him a girlfriend. More specifically, they bought him a girlfriend. He revealed in one of his videos that his parents paid tens of thousands of dollars to arrange a marriage between him and this woman. And tragically, she's older too. So I think that's probably what it is. It's like she was older, and then she's like, her parents were like, "Where, grandbaby?" And then this guy's parents were like, "You are almost 40 years old. Where, grandbaby?" So then they met each other. Boom, and they're like, "My daughter for almost 40, no grandbaby." They're like, "My son, worthless, no grandbaby." And then a deal was struck. Bam, shaking hands, and they sold her to him, and a child was produced. James Cage White, Cheng Xi, is a father, and they produced a child, and this relationship lasted for 1 year, which I imagine was the minimum time stipulated in the contract. One grandbaby, maybe even one son, and then 1 year of marriage. And she broke up, and she took the son. He's not very broken up about it, though, from my understanding. He also is like a gooner, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that there's a thing where he masturbates so furiously that he's spoken about how he can't get it up anymore because he like goons like 20 hours a day. And I thought China had fixed that and had purged the gooners in the Great Cultural Revolution. But apparently not. I've heard that the gooners are everywhere. I assume that he just like jerks off to like magazine photos or something, like an inmate. So that's what's going on with him. That's the milk. That's the baby. Drinking medicine again 2 times a day. If my child is gay or lesbian, I will educate her. Maybe I will beat him. I will try my best to make him back to normal. If it doesn't work, I have to accept the fate. My wife may not accept this fate, though. I told my mother that Teespring blocked me and I can no longer sell t-shirts. She is very, very, very angry. I am sorry to my mother. She looks after my father all the time. Oh, his father is on his deathbed. In fact, by the time that I'm reading this, he might actually be dead already. So that's kind of like another Christian parallel, is that his father is very aged and is not in good health. The other thing is that he's obsessed with this concept of fate. Now, when you talk about fate and predestination, you might think of like Calvinism. And in Calvinism, the idea is that God is omniscient. So he'll know if you are going to heaven or hell or not. And this debate over if God is omniscient or willfully turns a blind eye to the fates of mankind and the individual choices that people make. This is one of the most autistic debates in theology ever. In fact, the Catholic Church, I believe, officially bans any discussion about it because they can't agree on it. So, Mr. Cheng Xi has his own interpretation of predestination that does not involve people doing good works or should do good works because that means that you're predetermined to go to heaven or whatever. His idea of fate is the nihilistic one where none of this shit matters. Whatever happens, happens. Why even fucking bother? So his idea of fate is don't even try. And that's why part of how he excuses never ever doing anything ever for any reason. It is fate that he not have girlfriend. Everything is fate, not in our hands. Take my example. My fate is controlled by Teespring. Teespring decides my fate. No matter how hard I create art, it just doesn't allow me to sell. Our fate is always at other people's hands, not ourselves. Well, Mr. Cheng Xi, I fully agree with that statement in total. However, I do not accept the clandestine approach of yours. I believe I have the fate to stick a knife in everybody that I don't fucking like and force them to do what I want, chat. That's the difference between you and me, Cheng Xi. The only difference. Also, you're Chinese. Oh, this is great, by the way. I didn't know. See, this guy is so base. I just want to play video game Dwarf Fortress, but I don't know if my English is good enough to play this. I will download this game tonight after back home. Thanks for support, my friends. So he plays Dwarf Fortress on his computer at work. I think that's why he got fired. He kept playing Dwarf Fortress instead of doing nothing at his job. Let's see. Is there another video that I went to play? I think I went to find his TikTok account, but because I think he has a TikTok account. No, he doesn't. Or it's not in this post. He has Twitter. That's very dangerous open. Let me check this. Maybe I can find his TikTok real quick. I want to see what he's up to, chat. I'm curious boy. James Cage White. He is still active. He sells his shirts on the fourthwall.com now. So Bella Canvas Super Soft T-shirt Swag Warrior. James White, check out his muscle. Very cool, very swag. I like it. Swag Warrior. That's a nice design. This one's less. I don't look at this. I like how they have like this Jeremy Hambley lookalike as like the T-shirt model. I'm learning FL Studio. It's too hard for me to make music. He has hundreds of likes on this. He has 150,000 followers and is followed by Sam. I did not realize that this guy was like so big. What the fuck? I thought it was just some fucking guy in China. Someone hooked this guy up with subscriptions on Zitter. Oh, he's streaming on Twitch. Book me on Cameo. Buy things from Amazon. Donate to me. Thanks so much. And there is no TikTok. I thought he was on TikTok. He has no videos. He doesn't stream. Does he delete all his VODs? Yeah, he must. I went to supermarket and bought many food like tomatoes, beans, chili, ginger. I don't buy Steam. I buy food. Oh, because he has a chronic addiction to buying Steam games. Even though he has like a really old dilapidated computer that it doesn't run them, he just buys Steam games that look interesting that he can't even play. I remember that was another thing. He kept bankrupting himself and losing all his money because he kept buying Steam games. Oh, he does have a TikTok, but he doesn't have it linked on anything.
Hello, my friend. I'm playing drum. It's very cool, very swag. Yeah, I can become a drummer. I can
Big
become
chopsticks.
A drummer, friend.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a bigger following on TikTok. I guess I can't browse his account because it's.
Hello.
I have to drag the puzzle piece. That's very, very apropos. Can I view this now? No, I cannot. Okay. I guess I'll look at this on my own time then. Honestly, he has 150,000 followers, but he can't get anyone to follow him on TikTok. He can buy himself an iPad Pro, though. Should be putting that money away for your dear-old father who's dying. I'm wearing my mother's hat. And then he has the A-log emoji. I will like this. I like this tweet. I'll reply to him. There. I'm helping him out. I'm engaging with content, chat. And then he's learning Russian. Okay, great. I got you. I got you. I have a good understanding of this guy now.
Thank you for watching this clip. This is Perspicacity. Remember to like and subscribe.